For anyone who has traveled along Interstate 94 in central Minnesota, the Albany Trestle has been a landmark for years. However, it will be removed for road updates very soon. This is a railroad map of Minnesota from 1900, which shows the location of Albany in central Minnesota. Albany is in Stearns County, along the Great Northern Railway. To show the importance of central Minnesota to the early railroads, the Northern Pacific also had a line just to the east, and the Soo Line along the southwest. This is a map of the Soo Line from 1925. Some of the main points encompassed by the Soo Line were Portal, North Dakota, Duluth, Superior, Minneapolis and St. Paul, Chicago, and Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Albany was located in the middle of the map. We are going to focus on the line that extended from near Glenwood to Duluth, or the area inside the red square. This old map shows this branch line of the Soo, which started at Brooten near Glenwood. This 1951 aerial photo shows Brooten and the main line of the Soo, and where the branch line to Duluth began southeast of town. This old postcard shows the Brooten Depot, while this old postcard shows the Soo Line and several grain elevators in Brooten. New Munich was another point along the Soo Line, and this was the New Munich Depot. Albany was where the Soo Line crossed over the Great Northern Railway. The crossing point, or trestle, can be seen on this 1938 aerial photo. This Greetings from Albany postcard showed a picture of the trestle. After zooming in on this picture, you can see where the Soo Line crossed above the Great Northern on a wooden trestle. Bolus was another town along the Soo Line where another new depot was built. The Soo crossed the Mississippi River near the modern-day Blanchard Dam. The Soo Line Bridge over the Mississippi and the Blanchard Dam are shown on this 2025 Google image. The Soo Line crossed the Northern Pacific Railway west of Vater. That trestle is shown in this 1940 aerial photo. This Google Street View shows the old Northern Pacific Line and the Soo Line Bridge. Another stopping point along the route was Onamia. This old photo shows a construction crew working on the grade at Onamia. Onamia also had a roundhouse, which is circled in red on this 1939 aerial photo. This postcard showed the Onamia roundhouse, as well as the depot in the back right. The midpoint of the line was Wahkon, which was on the southeast side of Mille Lacs Lake. This is an old photo of the Soo Line Depot at Wahkon. This 1914 plat map of Mille Lacs County shows where the Soo Line passed through Wahkon. One interesting feature of this town was that the Soo had a branch to a dock on Mille Lacs Lake. That branch line is shown in red on this 1939 aerial photo, and the dock can be seen in the upper left. The dock and an old steamship are shown on this old postcard. The Soo Line was interested in the logging business around Mille Lacs Lake, and steamships ran to all corners of the lake. Moose Lake was another stop on the Soo Line, and the Moose Lake Depot is shown in this photo. Just north of Moose Lake, the Soo Line crossed the St. Paul and Duluth Railroad. This Google Street View shows the Soo Line Bridge and the St. Paul and Duluth Railroad on the left. One of the last stops for the Soo Line on this branch was Superior, Wisconsin. This old plat map of Douglas County, Wisconsin shows the Soo Line track through Superior. Here's a photo of the Soo Depot in Superior and the Superior Harbor, where the Soo Line crossed to Duluth, Minnesota. These features can also be seen on this 1939 aerial photo. Duluth was the final stop on the branch, with access to Lake Superior. This 1912 plat map of St. Louis County showed the Soo Line crossing at the Interstate Bridge. Once across, the Soo passed the Duluth Harbor and the extensive rail yards in that area to its Duluth depot. This is an old postcard of the Soo Line depot in Duluth. Most of the construction on the Soo Line Bridge at Albany occurred during 1907. Iron was laid from Brooten to west of the Mississippi River in 1907, to Moose Lake in 1908, and then to Duluth in 1909. The first train from Brooten to Duluth arrived on September 10, 1909. That first freight train consisted of 50 cars of grain. This is an aerial photo of the Albany Trestle in 1938, 1951, 1965, 1973, 2003, and 2025. Let's take a closer look at the Albany Trestle, starting from Railroad Avenue. When filming different sites, I always come across interesting pieces of the past. If you found this video interesting, I now have over 100 videos on various historical topics across the upper Midwest. That concludes the video. Make sure to check out my other YouTube videos and my primary website at mnbricks.com.